You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. 4 choirs come together this weekend to celebrate community, shared experiences, and a love of music. Between Friends is presented by Prairie Voices and Bluestem, together with guests Maple's Collegiate Choir and St. James Assiniboia Senior Divisional Choir. Joining me in the studio this morning are members of Prairie Voices under the direction of Philip Lepatha. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Good morning, Simon. Thanks for having us.
Well, Philip, Prairie Voices, founded back in 2000 by Dr. Elroy Friesen, an award-winning group of young adult singers aged 18 to 25. When did you get involved with Prairie Voices?
I started this is only I'm beginning my second season now, so I started in 2021 with this group, yeah.
And what's the experience been like so far?
It's been thrilling, very exciting. I've been blessed to have these young people around me, make me feel young, and we've managed to do some really cool stuff over the last year and a little bit now.
Yeah, you certainly have, especially coming off of what was a pretty challenging few years. And and before we get to this weekend's concert, I want to chat a little bit more about your experience with PV. What made you originally want to join the group about a year and a half ago?
I wasn't sure if I really was ready for such a thing. I think we all have, as musicians, and maybe you have a lot of listeners there that are musicians too, we all go through this imposter syndrome and wondering whether we're really ready for whatever may come to us. And so when Prairie Voices came up, and then I really wasn't sure if I was ready for that, but I just went into it anyway. And we once you start making music, all sense of self starts to go away, and then you really are just focusing on the music. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm kind of in this happy place with Prairie Voices where I don't even think about myself anymore. I'm just thinking about the music that we make together. Yeah,
you're part of the group. And I mean, there's always those initial jitters, right? No matter what you go into. But you're certainly finding your groove and excited to hear the ensemble under your leadership happening this weekend in performance. I want to hear from one of the singers now. We're going to welcome you over the mic. Hey, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, I'm Olivia.
Hey, Olivia. Let me ask you, what do you enjoy most about singing with Prairie Voices?
I have always loved singing. I think choral music has been one of the highlights of my life, and getting to sing with a skilled group really makes it an incredible experience. When you're in a group where every single person is so passionate about what you're doing, it's unparalleled. And the thoughtfulness that Philip puts into choosing our music and directing us really makes a difference there.
When did you join the choir?
Just last year. This is my second year.
No way.
Coming out of COVID, I'd been really missing being in choir. And I had auditioned for Prairie Voices a few years ago and had not gotten back in, but I thought, man, coming out of COVID, this is my time. Auditioned, got in, and it's been really fun seeing the contrast between last year and this year. Last year, we were kind of rebuilding after needing to, as everyone was, stay home and not sing. Whereas this year, we have more members, and it's been really, really cool seeing how our choir has been taking off again.
Yeah, all about finding a voice again, right? Because there was so much where we weren't able to sing and do what we love to do. You talk about auditioning. It is an auditioned choir.
It is.
How many singers are there currently?
We have 44 right now.
44 right now. That is a huge ensemble of singers, and that's just Prairie Voices, right?
That's just Prairie Voices.
That is a really incredible number, and I just
I inherited the choir with 16 last year in 2021, and so we built it from 16 to about 32 or 30 when we ended the season, and now this season, now we're at 44.
Olivia, did you just call all your friends and say, hey, come audition for this choir?
I honestly did. I recruited a few people from my high school choirs, friends.
And what did you say about, joining Prairie Voices, and what was the pitch, I guess?
What was the pitch? I mean, I think anyone who's seen a Prairie Voices concert in person wouldn't need much convincing. If they already love choral music, they would say, whoa, it's my chance to join. Yeah, sign me up. Am I good enough? And it's it's your time. Come audition. So, I mean, no one I asked really needed much convincing. It is a time commitment, so I think that was the main thing for recruiting people. Is I don't have the time was really the only reason that people wouldn't have wanted to join us.
In addition to welcoming Bluestem, which is another member of the PVI family of choirs. Just last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, I think it was now, that we talked to Johanna Hildebrand, head of Horizons Choir, and she said something similar in terms of, there's been a lot of people who've wanted to join choir and to sing and make music again. And this is a concert that's doing exactly that, titled Between Friends. Can you tell us about some of your guest choirs that are going to be joining?
Sure. Part of one or three other choirs, all youth age or high school age. One of them is Bluestem, which is our younger of our choirs here in our Prairie Voices Incorporated organization. So they'll be joining us under Rob Monson's direction. Another choir is the Maples Collegiate Senior Choir, and I am one of the teachers. Dorothy Dick is the other teacher, and we'll be bringing this unauditioned group of grades 11 and 12 students to sing. And then thirdly is the St. James Assiniboia Senior Divisional Choir under Avonlea Armstrong Green, and they're an audition group of about 50 members, and so there's if I do the math right, I think there's gonna be about 150 singers then at our concert.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask next. Is 4 choirs coming together. This isn't going to be a small show. Can the audience expect to see everybody on stage at the Crescent Arts Center?
Yes, we have 2 numbers that we'll be singing en masse, everybody all together. Yeah.
And then what about what Prairie Voices will be singing? What can audiences expect on the program? I know that Prairie Voices always does very dynamic programming, very engaging programming. What's queued up for this show?
We'll be exploring themes of life. And I know that sounds very generic and maybe too wide open, but we'll be following through highlights of what we would experience in life, from like childhood to growing up to celebration through a wedding, through an intriguing piece called In the Middle by Dale Trumbore, and that's it's about being like my age and being in the middle of my life, and so in the middle, and then all the things that are happening when your parents are growing older or your children are growing up, and that kind of thing. Then we transcend into a piece called Dirshu Adonai, a Hebrew piece with biblical text, and then finally Spellbound by Katerina Gimmon, a Canadian composer, and then a very well-known, beloved piece to end everything. I won't tell you what that is.
Yeah, people are just going to have to go to the show.
Yeah, you just have to know what that final song is.
Yeah, very important to actually be there. There's a small group of you. It's not like there's 44 Prairie Voices singers packed in the Classic 107 studio. That would be squishy, to say the least. But there's a small ensemble who've joined us this morning. Yes. You're going to be singing a number to close things out. What are we going to hear?
So we'll hear Dirshu Adonai, and this is a piece by Kenneth and Kirsten Lample, and it is biblical text, seek the Lord and His strength, and we are singing it, like I said, in the Hebrew language. So this is one of our pieces for the December 3 concert.
So while you set up, thank you for being here, of course. And let me say that Between Friends takes place at the Crescent Arts Center. That's Crescent Fort Rouge United Church, 525 Wardlaw, 7 p.m. on Saturday, December 3rd. For tickets, you can head to prairievoices.ca as we hear a small ensemble of Prairie Voices performing. chamber ensemble from Prairie Voices performing Dirshu Adonai, and you can hear all 44 voices of Prairie Voices performing this weekend Between Friends. That's Saturday, December 3rd, 7 p.m. at the Crescent Arts Center.